Okay, so you should have just gotten done telling me about the tone that you noticed was in our story. So, what do you think the tone was? Let's go back and look at some of these sentences from our story. So, the first clue about what the tone of the story is can be seen in the title of the book. So, the title of the book was Creepy Carrots. So, there are creepy carrots. If the author had put that as the title, what is his attitude towards the carrots? How does the author want you to feel about the carrots? Sort of like a suspicious, or like the title says, creepy or scary. So the author, you should have started to realize that the author was using a creepy or suspicious, however, or scared, however you want to say it, sort of tone in the story. And we could see that through a lot of the words we could, or a lot of the sentences we could find throughout the book. So, for example, let me find the page. All right, so at one point in the story, we see that our main character, Jasper, it says, he first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. So look at the words that were used there. So we have words like sinister and the tunk, tunk, tunk. It's that sort of scary, suspicious sound. And Jasper says the carrots are creeping. So if you're creeping, that's usually not like a jolly or a happy walk, right? It's not like skipping or anything. If someone's creepy, that means you're trying to be sneaky, you're trying to scare someone. So we can see with those types of words, he's creating a sort of suspicious or creepy tone in the book. So let's look at some other sentences. So again, further in the book, we see a sentence where Jasper was like, "Oh, it's just my imagination," he thought, but he hopped a little faster. So he's not walking anymore in the story, right? He's not just, casually walking. Jasper started to run a little faster. That sort of shows that the character was scared, which helps add to the scary tone of our story. And then we see it again where Jasper, we're seeing that the tone that the author was creating towards the character, the tone he was trying to put off was like, it says Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly. So we see in these words where, Jasper's whipping around, he's like looking over his shoulder almost. He's going to bed quickly. That's the author's words he's using to give an attitude of that these carrots are scary, that Jasper is scared of these carrots throughout the story. And then again, we see words like the carrots were creeping, and at one point the mom checked the cabinet for Jasper. If you remember, she checked the shed for Jasper, and she opens the door slowly. So all these words and phrases that the author uses again on another page in the book, we see that it says later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it breathing, terrible, carroty breathing. So words like that, like terrible, and they're sneaky, and they're creeping, and he's whipping around, and all these words are what the author used to help set the tone of the story. And you should have been started to figure out the tone of the story was like scared, sneaky, suspicious, creepy, however you want to say it. That there was sort of, we can use a really good vocabulary word here, like an ominous tone to the story, where it seems like something evil or suspicious or creepy is going on there. So that was the tone you should have started to realize just from hearing the words of the story. So next, because now we're talking about how visual elements, so like pictures, can help to add meaning to the story and can help contribute to the tone of the story. So now I'm going to read the story again in the next video, but this time I'm going to show you the pictures, and we're going to talk about how the pictures are helping to add to the tone of the story.